We got the ambassador of hip hop, Soren Baker. We got the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Terminator X, and the Prime Minister, DJ Mad Link. And we're hoping that our girl, Layla Lopez, will chime in. She's still uh, doing rehearsal for her new TV show that's soon to be aired this summer. So today's topic, Rihanna reminds everyone she's not American. The next topic is what race ages quickly. Next topic is Chris Rock explains why men are so depressed. And we have another that I just heard in that came in on the wire about a sex assault, that the charges would change. Also, we got the comedy spotlight. We got a special Cedric the Entertainer. We got the Terminator R&B soul mix. We got the DJ Mad Link's Rap City hip hop mix, and a whole lot of other stuff with this crew. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get busy. And we also sponsored, and I never can forget this. I think I do all the time, and this is my buddy, 100% sucker free brands, and of course, TB3, that's the Ebony N barbecue. So let's get ready with the quote of the day. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. This is BO the 44th with the celebrity quote of the day. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Quoted by Elon Musk. And that was the celebrity quote of the day. Now back to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team on KSHP Radio, 107.1 FM, and 1400 AM. Have a great day, everybody.
After all, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, so we might well give him his just due. I want to say hello to the crew. What's up there, Soren? How you doing, Soren?
I'm doing great, Chris. Glad to be here and excited for another episode, Chris Thomas Show with the crew.
All right, Terminator, how you feeling?
Peace and love to everybody.
DJ Mad Links, how you illin'?
Man, I'm here broadcasting live from the 718 Barber Lounge in Hollywood, Florida. Big shouts out to the crew here, always keeping me nice and tight. Came through today for
Oh,
my
yeah.
weekly cut.
He's multitasking right here on the Chris Thomas Show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear our girl Diamond D. This is Love and Happiness. Ow.
Hello, this is Diamond D with Love and Happiness, where I'm giving you some love advice, some happiness advice, some everyday good advice to make your day a little more loving. Do you think you found your soulmate, that perfect lady or man that turns you on and compliments you in every way? Well, Dr. Borg, a New York psychologist, has established 7 questions that will help you determine if your current mate is your soulmate. Number 1, does he or she win every argument? If a person wins every single time, then the losing person is probably not going to be heard or valued. Number 2, do you fight about the same things over and over again? If so, this can show that you have different values. Number 3, is someone hiding their spending habits? Money problems can break up a relationship, so being honest about your money and being honest about your spending habits is very important. Number 4, does he or she always cancel plans? If so, then they don't see you as a priority. Number 5, is there something about your partner that is incredibly annoying to you or you want them to change it? Love is not judgmental or conditional, so if you find yourself wanting to change them instead of accepting them for who they are, then they are not your soulmate. Number 6, does your partner have a me mentality instead of a we personality? This selfishness will make problems in any relationship. And lastly, does she or he act immature during conflicts with a lot of screaming, tantrums, and loud fights? Your answers to these questions will determine if you have found your mate or your soulmate. This is Diamond D with Love and Happiness, where I'm working to make your day a little more loving.
All right, thank you, Diamond D, with the love and happiness. And today's topic with love and happiness is soulmate. Okay, so she's got spending money, counseling plans, love, mean attitude, fights. So, I
That
guess you're
sounds like
never gonna find.
that sounds like somebody I know. I'm just saying.
Hey, so I'm gonna start off with you, Terminator. Why is it somebody you know?
Because it is. Facts. I withhold any other information.
Okay, so obviously, we already gonna guess you would been in a relationship like that. So we
Absolutely.
already know. All right. Well, so what was one of the seven or all? So you're saying every last one of them, from 1 to 7, that happened in your relationship?
1 to 7.
What?
She wasn't a 10, she was a 1 through 7.
All the above.
Okay, now Soren is married, so Soren, you better be good.
Yeah,
Your
man. I'll just
soulmate is your
say
wife.
through the course of my lifetime, I've definitely met ladies like Terminators. One that it seems like we all know the same lady, man. This is amazing.
That's right. That's right.
It's amazing. It's like, how did this happen? How did this happen? It's a small world. It's a small world. Every other city we go.
Well, I can just say that out of all 7, maybe 1 or 2, my lady friend goes through, and she
At a
already knows
time,
because she
Chris? At a
tunes in
time?
right now. Well, I mean, 1 or 2. I mean, everything is trust, really, and being an entertainer such as y'all guys are, you have to trust. There are going to be other women who come up and say something to you. What about you, DJ Madlinks?
Well, Diamond D said found your mate or your soulmate. I think she forgot
Right.
the part that that you may have found the person you might be getting attempted murder charges against. Um, yeah, that's one hell of a list. and, and especially if you like Terminator, they got 1 through 7.
It's crazy.
Full deck.
Hey man,
well,
hey, she tried to hit every single box on the sheet. Mission accomplished.
well, well, this kind of picks up where we left off yesterday. And does anybody remember where we left off yesterday? And we was
Oh
talking
yes,
about this.
oh yes.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
had some offline furtherance of said topic, which was quite interesting as well.
Well, I think maybe we should go to the one with Chris Rock, and we're gonna just put the Terminator. I'm sorry. We're gonna go with the Chris Rock. He explains why men are so depressed. Now, let's just look at Hollywood and how we grew up watching movies, and we would sit there and daydream as we watched the movie and say, "Wow, that's a perfect relationship." Then we find out that movies were just put together to make us believe that. And I believe people can have a relationship like that. I believe there are not many, but there are some. So let's listen to Chris Rock why he explains why so many men are depressed. Here we go on the Chris Thomas Show.
Boldness that you have to accept when you're a man. Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
Okay, is that it? Okay, well, he doesn't explain that much. We just talked. We just said basically all of that. So what did you get? So what did you get from it, Sorn?
Well, I think when you add in the dogs, that's kind of a telling statement.
Yep.
So I remember when that came out, Chris Rock has a lot of great insight, social commentary, political commentary. And I just remember when that came out, the fact that he brought the dogs in, that was the clincher to me. Because, the kids and women, obviously we understand the protect and nurture thing. But the animals, that's a shame. Shame.
It's true.
But I've seen some people beat the you know what out of their dog.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have those commercials on TV talking about save a pet. So they are not loved unconditionally. What about you, DJ Mad Links?
I'm gonna push back on not loved unconditionally. I'd say here in South Florida, we don't even need a Save a Pet commercial because not only do they love dogs here, they worship them. I was just
Okay.
telling my barber that here in South Florida, Miami in particular, you can take a dog anywhere to your doctor's appointment, a funeral, a wedding. They put him in baby carriages. They put him in the shopping carts. Dogs are here everywhere. So the only thing that I disagree with Chris Rock on is the dogs are at the top of the list.
Right. And I want to say to all our listeners, you can go to YouTube right now and pull up the Chris Thomas Show Las Vegas and see us live. What about you, Terminator X?
I agree with what he said. I can tell you a nasty story about the dogs, Mad Link. I remember one of the first times we went to Europe. There's a lady sitting at a restaurant, and she's got a dog sitting in a chair next to her. And the lady wiped the dog's butt and folded up the tissue and put it in her purse.
Oh.
Oh Lord,
Oh.
that's worse than people.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Hey,
That could have been
That's worse than
Miami.
people.
but yeah,
That's worse than people. Go ahead.
No, they had women's live. We need men's live now.
Hey man, you goddamn right.
Well, whether it's a dog or a person, we all start off in a relationship like we're gonna be together forever. And what really,
No.
honestly, no. You're gonna have your opinion, Mad Links, and I'm gonna have mine. The relationship starts off so good, and then all of a sudden, what is the wrong mistake that y'all two make that makes it go downhill? Do you know?
Well, I'm just
I
saying for
think
me, I can't say that every single situation I've been in, I walked in knowing like this is going to be the love of my life and until death do us
okay.
part. No, I knew that man, this going to have about 3 months, and I'm gonna rock out for all 90 days.
What about you, Soren? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I credit you for that links because I learned the hard way to have to look at relationships like that. I started out like Chris said, yeah.
I'm like the clock is ticking.
Back in the day, it was day by day operation, daily operation, like Gangstar would say. Hey man, live in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the AHA Sin City Comedy Spotlight, and when we come back, we'll come back and talk about Rihanna reminds everyone she is not American. Here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team, Soren Baker, Prime, the Prime Minister, DJ Mad Link, and of course, Terminator X. Let's check out Cedric the Entertainer.
Out of jail, be tatted up. Braves, you hear that one, boy. It's so nice to see all the family. Be up there crying, think about Big Mama. Big Mama, let me go, Harold. I can cry. Ain't got no song like that. All these little love songs, I don't like these little dudes, man. All these little dudes doing all this whining. They 112, all that whining. I can do it in the shower. I will take you there. I can do it anywhere. I'm a grown-ass man, partner. I don't need that. Need nobody crying for me like that. Give me them old, hard singers like Teddy P. Teddy break it down till you tell you what it wants. Yeah. Turn off the lights. Light a candle. And if Teddy have any inkling you ain't listening to him, he'll holler at your ass. Yeah. Turn him off. I bet you make sure that damn light out. I know that. I'm going to be arguing with Teddy.
wheelchair now.
All right. That was the AHA Sin City Comedy Spotlight, and that was one of the kings of comedy. A lot of people didn't know this. I was the first host of the Kings of Comedy tour. I should have been on the movie, but something happened between a friend of mine and just something happened, and I'm just going to keep it moving. So now we're going to get back to the show and our topics. We wish we had more time, but sometimes an hour is just good enough to touch on it and leave it. So now we're going to talk about Rihanna. I'm American, and I'm proud to be an American. I know no other country in this world but this one, the one that I was born in and the one that I met my friends and even talking to the guys that I'm talking to on this show. So let's hear what Rihanna has to say to remind us. I think she says it jokingly, so let's check it out here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch team.
Rihanna, are you smart?
Oh my God.
So Rihanna is reminding everyone that she is not an American citizen because she was asked by this guy, Rihanna, like, let's test your knowledge.
First person signed the Declaration of Independence. Go.
Oh, you know I'm not American. I don't need to know that.
And walked off.
I'm rich. She's rich. Yeah, it's interesting because she lives here.
Like, she has what they call a celebrity visa. It's like a O1 visa that allows people that are not from America to come over if they're like extremely talented in like arts, entertainment, or sports. So she has this special visa. She's never been an American citizen ever.
Who's the most famous American citizen ever?
What? All right. So this is not a touchy question about why Rihanna, but as I said, I stick to my guns. I am American citizen. My family is here. I know I may have been from Africa back in the past, but I'm not. I'm from here, and I live in Washington, D.C., in the DMV. So I'm going to go with you first, Soren.
I mean, she's correct. So let's keep it that. But I think
Right.
also the reality is they often say most adults cannot pass the citizenship test anyway. So I thought that was an intriguing line of questioning. But, the main thing is a lot of the rules for immigration, citizenship, and everything, as we're seeing more and more, are very subjective. And as the lady was saying about the type of visa that Rihanna has because she's an entertainer, I think that's part of the problem. It's like if you're going to do things, we got to be consistent. And the main thing we are in this country is extremely inconsistent, which I think leads to problems.
Well, why do so many people down America? And that's where they make their money. You either in or you out. Now, I don't know what people are going through, but so far, my country has been real good to me. What about you, Terminator?
Well, you have to understand, America, like America doesn't treat everybody the same, and you'd have to be a fool not to recognize that. Some people, like what came to mind recently when B.O. was elected, his wife was quoted saying, for the first time, she's been proud to be American or proud of a country, something along them lines. That's out of frustration, because of the way we are treated many times, not by everybody, but by many in the system. So that's why a lot of us feel some type of way. I mean, I chose to stay here as well. I thought about moving to Ghana at one time, but I chose to stay here. This is where I was born. Furthermore, we earned the right to be Americans, and more than anybody, as far as I'm concerned. But it's just frustrating for some people. And I praise you, Chris, for overlooking that stuff, because I'm sure you had your share as well. I think, and that's the way. That's the attitude to have. But yeah, a lot of people are frustrated.
Well, we can't point at any particular race because all races do the same thing to their own people. Those wars across the country, I couldn't even tell. I would think they all family fighting against each other, killing each other. Because I don't know. Maybe it's the language or anything. But what about you, DJ Madlink?
Well, I'd say shame on TMZ for trying to get this aha gotcha moment with Rihanna acknowledging the fact that she's not American. She's from Barbados. But I challenge anybody who has a problem with her not being able to answer that. Who's the Prime Minister of Canada? Who's the President of Mexico? Do you know what the
Right.
difference between a Prime Minister and a President is? So there's a whole let's not go down that rabbit hole. And the idea that you cannot be critical of America as in this whole love it or leave it. No. Guess what? If you're a parent and you have a child, okay, not everything that child does is correct. All right. So you put this child on the path to righteousness and doing things the right way. Doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means that, okay, it could be better. And that's the thing when it comes to criticizing of this or any country. All right. Your goal and your hope should be, okay, it's not perfect. How do we get it better? It's not that you don't love it. It's that, okay, this is the problem. How do we make this become what it should be? And there should be absolutely no problem with it. So this whole mentality that permeates love it or leave it, like America's perfect and it exists in this rare area or rare space that it does nothing wrong, is stupid. And you know how I feel about stupid people.
Exactly. Okay.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do, we're going to get down to our R&B soul mix. Terminator, what do we have?
All right. We got, check this out, 2 Tons of Fun, Lou Rawls,
You'll
MFSB,
never find.
The Clash, and First Choice. Here we go, some classic R&B.
All right. This right here on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. Here's the R&B soul mix.
Terminator X.
I mean, your DJ is cool and all, but did he change the world? You're now rocking with DJ Terminator X, baby.
You'll never find, as long as you live, someone who loves you tender like I do. You'll never find, no matter where you search, someone who cares about you the way I do. Oh, I'm not bragging on myself, baby, but I'm the one who loves you, and there's no one else. No one else.
Don't you ever stop long enough to start? Take your car out of that gear. Don't you ever stop long enough to start? Get your car out of that gear.
Terminator X.
Hey, this is Tommy Davis. When I'm in Vegas, I listen to the Chris Thomas Show, and you better know that for real.
You're listening to the Chris Thomas Show with Lalo Lopez, DJ Mad Links, Terminator X, and Soren Baker on KSHP Radio, 107.1 FM and 1400 AM.
All right. We're back to the Chris Thomas Show, sponsored by 100% Sucker Free. And we have the top-notch all-star team. We got the ambassador, Soren Baker, the Rock and Roller Hall of Famer, DJ Terminator X, and the Prime Minister, Rap City in the Basement, DJ Mad Links. And I want to give a shout out to our engineer in the studio. He has his own show, the shopping show. Mark Hayes in the studio in Las Vegas. And of course, one of our producers here on the Chris Thomas Show, Tony Medley, and those everywhere around this U.S. and the world who listen to the Chris Thomas Show. So, real quick, I want to just touch on something I saw on Louise, and it was talking about what race ages quickly. Now, we always hear this phrase that black don't crack, but it mows. And this guy, but this guy right here had the answer of why. So, Terminator, here we go.
A young white gentleman, Caucasian gentleman, he messaged me. He said, "Hey, I have a lot of friends." He said, "I got a lot of friends that are black, and they don't seem to age." He said, "Tony, can you explain why?" Absolutely, I can. Absolutely, I can. But let me first go into a few other things, differences that we have. See, most people say we're all the same. We're all the same. That's not true. We bleed the same blood. No, we're not the same. That's why there's A blood, B blood, O blood. The blood is not even the same. So with that being said, is that it's a scientific fact that black people or people of hue and white people and others don't even see colors the same way. We don't even have the same taste receptors. We don't even have the same neurological wiring in our brains. That's why some people have rhythm, some people don't, because the electrical and chemical messengers in the brain run slower than others. When the rhythm, when a frequency hit their epidermis, their skin, it sends a signal to the brain a little slower than others, and then they offbeat because that's the rhythm. Because of lack of other things, it's deeper than that. I'm just giving you the basic overview of differences.
Is he trying to get us older with this explanation that's taking forever?
Hey, we can cut it. We can cut it, Terminator.
I was aging by the minute.
Well, I mean, I put that on because I don't really see any difference until, like I always say, until I seen Green Blood. I know some black folks or some a lot of different nationalities who can't dance. So everybody is substance to don't have rhythm. And then it seemed like everybody is stationed in different, like Africans. The reason they're darker because they're stationed in a certain part of the hemisphere that makes them that God made them darker than a lot of others. But what do you feel? What do you feel, Terminator? I mean, it's not.
It's a touchy subject. I think I agree with you saying.
Is it really?
I have rhythm, but I'm not the greatest dancer.
Right.
I rarely try to dance because I'm not good at it. I'm more like Steve Urkel when it comes to dancing. But
look at
there are scientific differences. Like certain folks burn faster in the sun. I mean, that's just scientific. But so there's
albinos.
There's small. Yeah, that's exactly. They can't go in the sun at all. Right. So there's small differences.
Right.
But to say that's why they can't dance or this or that, come on, man, you just doing too much.
Well, okay. Well, what about you, Soren?
Well, as somebody that grew up in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area, I've seen, sadly, plenty of blacks that have cracked. So I know that's not true. I've seen dozens, hundreds, thousands of that. But of course, everybody's different. Your skin processes the sun different because of your ancestry. So of course that's true, but it's all, minute differences. There's plenty of everybody that does everything. So I think it's a overgeneralization, even though it's rooted in some truth. So two things can be true at the same time, I'd say.
Also, kind of backtracking. I'm sorry. Also backtracking to the last one of the last subjects. America. I've got plenty of. Well, this could be specific. I got plenty of white neighbors that I like better than the black neighbors. So it's got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. We all have a lot of the same issues.
Well, I judge people like flowers. I believe God made everybody just different. I look at roses, there's tulips, there's orchards, there's sunflowers. So I look at race like that. And some shine and a lot. And everybody should shine. It depends on what you want to do with yourself. What about you, DJ Mad Links?
Oh man, this is I always gotta laugh at this one. So let's just call it what it is. All right. If the question is who ages the worst, the word on the street is white people age worse in as far as looks, skin, elasticity, and all the rest of it. That's just the word on the street. Right. But ultimately, it comes down to who are you as a person. That is the one thing that you can control. All right. To one of your earlier points, if you look at the legendary GOAT of MMA fighting, John Jones, okay, it looks like he's fighting on two popsicle sticks. Okay. And that's because his lineage comes from a certain region of Africa. Okay, Western Africa, where in order to be able to jump higher, the calf muscles were adapted to a certain way. It just is what it is. It ain't racist. It ain't hating. It's just genetics, and that's all fine and dandy. Look, we were all born. We all have our peak, and we all gonna get old, and we all gonna die. All you can control is what the hell you do while you're here.
So on that subject, real quick, maybe it's the sun thing. Maybe because
well, that's all we're talking about.
Black folks are a little more tolerant to the sun.
Yeah,
and
that may be an explanation right there.
No, Latinos are Latinos. They the ones who be working out there, building buildings, working in the street. And guess what? We got to give them much love because they be putting it in.
Yep.
So the point that I want to make to everybody,
anyway, them big hats too. I'm just saying.
The point I just want to make is I don't see any color, but sometimes it's we have to use it describing someone. So I love you all, America, and I love you all, world. So, and that's what I believe that everyone on this show does too. You are who you are. Don't start none, won't be none. All right. So, Soren Baker, what do you have for us today?
Man, keeping it with the Maryland, D.C. area and to all this influence, ancestry type of thing, I interviewed Sugar Bear from EU, a phenomenal artist, phenomenal group. Of course, one of the long-standing greatest songs of all time that gets played East Coast, West Coast, North, South, around the world. But as a longtime fan of theirs, I knew a lot of their history, and I was also intrigued about the Experience Unlimited versus EU origins of their name. So I asked Sugar Bear about that. So Terminator, if you're ready, let's make it happen.
That was our intro to the world, Experience Unlimited. And, as time went on, over 10 years after that, we still was Experience Unlimited. But a lot of people had a problem saying Experience Unlimited. So a guy named Sam Martins, he had us playing at the show in White Oak, Maryland, and he just put EU. And this is real talk. And there it was. But everybody knew what EU was. You know what I mean? So it was a blessing. And from there, we've been going on EU. But when I do interviews, I tell people what EU means, but they don't know what it means. I say Experience Unlimited, which came from the name of Jimi Hendrix Experience. because there's no limit to our experience, because we can play a variety of styles of music as young guys, you know.
So that's why I wanted to play it, because I think a lot of times, you know, I had the fortune of growing up in Maryland and being able to go see a lot of go-go shows all the time. So I saw a lot of musicians, Black musicians in particular, growing up. So that was not a foreign concept to me, like it is a lot of people. But I think it's strange that people are always like, oh man, you like Jimi Hendrix, or you like these different type of things. Whereas with the DJs on the show, in particular with Terminator X and DJ Mad Links, you guys in your mixes play songs that maybe people would be surprised that you like or that you think go in the mix. So for you, Terminator, why do you think people are surprised that DJs or people in the hip hop community would have a rock influence or a go-go influence or some other influence that's not hip hop per se?
Well, I can't speak for the younger folks, but for myself, you gotta understand, I grew up in this. I was born in the late 60s, early 70s with AM radio. I grew up listening to basically pop music, rock music. I spent some time in West Virginia listening to some country, you know what I mean? Rock and roll. Like one of my favorite first songs was Frankenstein by Edgar Winter band. I don't know if you know what that is, but one of my favorite songs of all time is Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. I think that's one of the most incredible works of art I've ever heard. We grew up. You know, I grew up in New York. I grew up in the midst of the birth of hip hop. But that doesn't, we're still human beings. So we like what we like. Some people allow themselves to, like, I get mad, especially in the United States. We're very much followers. What's the new trend? What's popping? What's hot now? And we forget about classic music. I'm not that person.
I don't think any of us are on this show.
No. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that some people are so closed-minded when it comes to music. I love bands. I love orchestras. I'm not going to take up more time, but yeah.
All right, Mad Links, as far as you, because you play a wide variety of music and perform in front of a wide range of people, why do you think people are just so surprised when people take it outside what they're quote-unquote known for a little bit?
Because of closed-mindedness. I think, and I could go on and on about this, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible. I think that there's a lot of tribalism that exists. And in this country in particular, so when we talked about race a little bit earlier, race is really an American construct, okay? So here you will say, okay, that person's white or that person's black. But then all of a sudden you get somebody from somewhere else, oh, they're Puerto Rican. Oh, they're Jamaican. Well, Jamaican and Puerto Rican ain't colors. So you see how that works? All right. So that's
Italian,
an American thing.
And Italian
Correct.
and Jewish.
That's an American way of framing things that dates back to the slave trade, but I won't go there right this minute. In regards to music now, what's taking place is, again, because of the tribalism. All right. So now I'm heavily involved in the world of tennis. If you go back before Venus and Serena ascended to the heights that they did, and even Tiger Woods with golf, all right, if you were a person of color in many areas, not all, Atlanta had a thriving community, as well as Virginia, where Arthur Ashe is from. Why are you playing that white people's sport? Why are you doing this? It was always a question of why somebody was doing something. Then to go on to something that Terminator X touched on, if you also come from the early music video age, everybody was exposed to the same music, which was a beautiful thing. Now, there was also a flip side to that coin, where a lot of that music happened to have been quote unquote pop, or if you want, for the purposes of this conversation, white music, and they really didn't give urban or black artists the shine. But we all were exposed to the same bit of music, and at the end of the day, good music is good music. It shouldn't be relegated to what this person looks like, where they come from. Other than what Timbaland is now doing with AI, good music is good music, and that's where it should rest at.
Yes. Thank you, Soren. That was interesting. And that was my buddy. I actually did a record with Sugar Bear from EU called Somebody's Ringing That Doorbell. You can look it up on YouTube. I'm
So
doing all the impressions. All
I
right. So
got
now
I got a funny story real quick if I may. So
okay,
this is mostly towards song. I'm finished real quick. So I knew of Pump Me Up, who is I didn't know what Go-Go was initially. I knew Pump Me Up, and I knew someone. There's a few other songs I can't think of them now, but I was introduced really to Go-Go being on stage in DC with EU, Sugar Bear. I didn't know who they were, and the crowd went crazy, and it was like back. Of course, that's pre-internet. Same thing. Way I was introduced to Miami Bass was on stage with Luke and Shy D and all these guys. That's pre-internet. I didn't know anything about it, and I was blown away. Anyway, I'm going too long.
Yeah, that's all right. But we got to get into our Rap City hip hop mix with DJ Mad Links. What we have.
In celebration of the latest Clips album, Let God Sort Them Out, which is available on all streaming platforms right now. I've got to hit him up with So Be It, So Be It. And in celebration of all things Coke Rap, following up with a little bit of Jay-Z. So let's go right here. It's the DJ Mad Links mix on the Chris Thomas Radio Show.
16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be. When I was born, grandmama. When I was born, grandma. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. RM sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it, so be it. With P, get something to meet you. Your soul don't like your body, we help you free it. Then we wait for TMZ to leak it. It ain't no secret, so be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it. CLIP, SCFB, A-Ball LV. I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. CLIP, SCFB, A-Ball LV. I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. I'm monogram like confetti. Switch is ready. She leaning on Celine cause she ain't stepping into Giuseppe. Catch up, $150 like each Pirelli. I got 8 of them, call me Andretti. If I'm not in the telly, selling the Yeti, then I'm twirling your like she in spaghetti. Heavy, circle back and come and get this Kelly. And your ears too, if you want them blue like Belly. Lot of jetting, Prada betting, 911s. I'm the who's who with what's what, Papa Heaven. Around and get your body traced trying to test me. Cause that I'm with like the draw when it's sketchy. If they catch me, don't forget me. Resurrect me, buy a dog tag the same place that they would get me. Ski. Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke, so be it. Solid, ain't valid, you ain't malice. Been quiet, ain't right, you ain't Paris. Blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced. You ain't believe, God did, you ain't Khaled. All black, back to back, this ain't traffic. Can't wrap your head round that, you ain't average. Y'all tweet, bird talk, we all Paris. Lone Star, cross the border, we like Dallas. 21, gun salute, we been savage. Tag 'em up, add 'em up. Savage, fly 'em in, fly 'em out, only the baddest. If I had her, then you had her, she never mattered. Wish upon the stars of my roof, they all scattered. Ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. Off the first key up, they re-up. It's a pattern, like middlemen, they killing them. You know what happened. You know what happened.
This is culturally inappropriate.
So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it. You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabasas took your pride in front of me. Oh, Utopia had moved right up the street. And her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it. But I got the video. I can share it AE. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So be it, so be it.
This is culturally inappropriate.
So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it.
What's my motherfucking name? And who I'm rolling with, huh? Better get it right, better get it right. What's my motherfucking name? And who I'm rolling with, huh? Better get it right, better get it right. Back on the block, Jay-Z, mother from the rock with solo when it's AOC. Back on the block, Jay-Z, mother from the rock went solo on that, but it's still the same. Brooklyn be the place where I serve them things. See, my was struggling to the birds they came, and then we got the hustling and things. I dipped in my stash, splurged on a chain. Now I'm Titanic, icebergs the name. Lead players on injured reserve, hurt the game. The best way to describe me in the word insane. I down chicks all emerged in my fame. Jiggling dopes and slick bricks first chain. The God send you back to the earth from which you came. I'm baking soda water, fire merged with Cain. Ladies don't know me, said I heard he's vain. Well guess what, mommy? I heard the same. You heard the name. What's my motherfucking name? And who I'm rolling with, huh? Better get it right. Better get it right. What's my motherfucking name? And who I'm rolling with, huh? Better get it right. Better get it right. I got it.
So I got a question real quick for you, Mad Link.
From the Eve Show and Soul Plane. And when I'm in Vegas, I'm listening to the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. Yeah.
Yeah, real quick, Mad Links. When did Malice decide to get back in the game? I'm curious because I know he gave his life to God.
He never really got out the game. He switched from Malice to No Malice and released a couple of independent projects, solo, that were more on, I guess, Christian hip hop ish. I guess pushed him back into the into the fold of being back in the Clips. But even with those with him being back as part of the Clips, I think there's still he's right up on the line of kind of Malice, but still kind of hedging towards the No Malice side. So the album is phenomenal. The production from Pharrell is just next level. I think it's a great statement for Pharrell as a producer, being that as Malice said, there's no more Neptunes, so peace Saturn. And with Pusha and Malice, they get together. I felt historically, and I really thought about this. They are my favorite duo, and I really think that they might be the best hip hop duo of all time, even with just now 4 projects.
Yes. It's the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team, Soren Baker, Terminator X, the Prime Minister DJ Mad Link that you just heard, his Rap City Hip Hop Mix. And this is brought to you by 100% Sucker Free and TB3 and the Ebony and Barbecue. Also want to give a shout out to Akron and Cleveland. That's Fly Cry and Uncle James from the Hall of Famers. They do the theme song every week. And when you was talking about religion, and I don't think people should change unless they are doing something harmfully, because I think their message through rock and roll or hip hop or anything is bringing people to it. So that's why
I would like to elaborate on that real quick, if it's all right with you.
Go ahead.
So I agree. That's why I kind of brought up the point, because if you know the Bible, God works through different folks, and I get mad. A lot of Christians like to dump on Kirk Franklin. Oh, he's too this, he's too that. Look, God wants his message put out there. God wants to use whoever he can use to drive his message. And I think some folks get so hung up in thinking they're holier than thou that they don't understand that.
You got that right. Well, and that's why we have the message of hope, and that's why we always get it in here on the Chris Thomas Show, because a lot of people, that touches them, that we on a show that we're talking about so much that we would think about throwing this in at the end to let people know that we still have our faith, each other. We still have our faith in each other and all in Jesus Christ. So this is the message of hope on the Chris Thomas Show with the top-notch all-star team. This is okay. The message of hope. No, that's easy.
This is because God understands who you are and what it takes to fill your heart. God heals those areas. Good morning. Our scripture is Psalms 143:6. My soul longs for you as a parched land. Devotional. Only God can meet all your needs with his infinite power, love, and wisdom. So if you are hoping for someone else to do so, your focus is misplaced. That may be the cause of some of the emptiness you feel. This is because no person, group, or organization is equipped to satisfy you fully, certainly not the deep inner needs that are vital to your sense of wholeness. The reach of human interaction always falls short, specifically because there are areas of our lives made to interact with God and God alone. However, when you allow the Lord to be your source of fulfillment, his presence vastly improves your relationships. This is because God understands who you are and what it takes to fill your heart. God heals those areas of woundedness that cause you to react in fear or anger, and God gives you insight into how to love others as God does. People can and should love and help each other, but no one should ever think they can satisfy the deepest inner hungers of another person's soul. But God can satisfy it. Look to God, point others to God, and allow God to fill you completely. Our power thought is, Jesus, thank you for understanding me. Be my source. Teach me how to depend on you for my needs. Have a blessed day.
Soren, Mad Links, and Terminator X. You see how it came on double, but it was basically talking about what you were just saying, Terminator, about Jesus walked into the clubs, the bars, everything to remind people that they still had the Heavenly Father to look up to.
And Chris, if I could add one thing directly related to this with the clips, my favorite song on Let God Sort 'Em Out and Terminator, if you haven't listened to the album, definitely this is my favorite song, The Birds Don't Sing, which is the first song. And on this song, Malice says he's reflecting on a conversation he had with his father before he passed. And Malice says that his father had told him, let your mess be your message. So he's basically saying use your experience to help spread the word. And that's The Birds Don't Sing. It's a phenomenal song, and it talks about the loss. Pusha T's verse is about the loss of their mother, and Malice is about the loss of their father. That's my favorite song. I think it's phenomenal. And to Chris's point, you use your experience to help spread peace, positivity, and love. And if you're so inclined, the word of God in spirit. So there you go.
That's what we call share your testimony.
Yep.
Exactly. So we got around about 2 minutes. Mad Link, you was talking about some sexual assault with someone that happened.
Not a sexual assault in regards to what I sent in the chat earlier. Because the station is so sports focused, I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. And unfortunately, we won't have a lot of time. But the firing of Joy Taylor amongst that of many at FS1. Joy Taylor, the younger sister of Hall of Fame, legendary Miami Dolphin, and a little bit in the Jets, Jason Taylor. And Joy had been the moderator between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp on the show called Undisputed, which appeared when FS1 was in its early infancy and dating back to 2016. There's a lawsuit, however, from a person who was working hair and makeup, Ms. Farazi, which cites Joy Taylor over 80 times in this particular lawsuit in regards of some sexual harassment from the top dog. And please forgive me, I'm forgetting his name at this particular moment. But just very interesting how Joy Taylor, who I used to like a lot, and the more that she started to become vocal on social media, and you really got a chance to see exactly her true character and where she was coming from, I became less and less fond of her. And the thing that I thought was very interesting is like, you know, you got to know exactly where you're at in this life. And you have to know how you got there. And if you got there and it wasn't in the most sincerest of forms, you better like kind of like lay low. And in Joy's particular case, as she had been there for so long, she really started to become full of herself. And so much so that she started having sex, according to the lawsuit, allegedly with one of her co-hosts, Miss Farazi, who is which is the person who filed the lawsuit, then said, hey, you may not want to sleep with two guys at the same place. And so Joy allegedly says, oh, no, it's okay. I've got this guy is powerful, but I'm powerful now, too. And when I'm done using him, I'm basically going to go to the powers that be and said, oh, he forced himself on me. So it's sexual harassment, which was a total.
We're running out of time. We only got a minute left, so we won't be able to give our we won't be able to give our social medias because we always like to be on time for the radio station. And thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for listening out. You can follow all these guys just by looking them up: Soren Baker, Terminator X, and DJ Mad Links, as well as myself. We'd like to thank y'all for listening. We come on tomorrow morning also at 9 a.m. Eastern Time and 6 a.m. West Coast time, and I think in between Pacific time. So I'd like to thank you. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. Thank y'all for listening. We're outie. We outie. Outie.
Bright lights, big city. Good morning, Vegas. It's the Chris Thomas Morning Show. Fly Cry, Uncle James, Hall of Fame.
Y'all need to pay homage, the original host. Chris Thomas, the mayor in Vegas. Relate like all other Vegases. Every time we on the radio, you say it's us. Plus, we got Terminator X on the cut. In the public, the enemy gets off in the cut. Run up back up Mad Links with the cutie cuts. Your music gonna make you do the butt. We're storing for show. We're here to introduce you to the morning show.
Chris is chillin', Terminator's chillin'. Hall of Famers reppin', people, what you think? Layla is chillin', Soren is chillin'. Click work for Billy and we got Mad Links. James Gang reppin', Big Wig reppin'. Akron, Cleveland, LA to Vegas. Fly Cry, LeBron James to rap. I'm a pro model, I seen your brain and cap.